So this is a message for all landlords out there. I want to know how many of you have checked your electrician's qualifications. Now, there's a good reason I ask this. I'm in quite a lot of groups where landlords ask for advice from other landlords on a whole range of different questions. And there is a post that came up today where the poster, the landlord, said, I'm new to lettings, it's my first buy to let. What consumer unit do I need? I've got the electrician here now and he doesn't know. And myself and quite a few other people were quite surprised and said, look, if your electrician doesn't know what kind of consumer unit you need to pass the regulations, you need to get a new electrician. So what checks are you doing and what checks should you be doing? So as an agent, what we do is check the qualifications. So the electrician should not only be qualified to do installation work, but also a separate qualification for inspection work if you are asking them to carry out an EICR for you. There is a place where you can check if your electrician has that certification, which is on the Electrical Safety First website. So that will confirm if your electrician is a competent person as required under the regulations to carry out this work. So the other thing you also need to be checking is their public liability insurance. Make sure they've got that in place. So I'd always recommend don't go for the cheapest electrician. Don't just take your electrician's word for it that they are qualified. An EICR is going to cost you somewhere in the range of probably about 150 to perhaps 220, £230 plus VAT if they're VAT registered, depending on the size of the property and where you are in the country. I would be a little bit wary about electricians who are charging a lot less than that because EICRs are quite in-depth. There is quite a lot of work involved in doing them and you want to make sure they're done correctly. And a lot of it is also open to interpretation as to what is classed as a C1, a C2 or a C3 and what needs to be done to make sure that the property is up to standard. And what we don't want is electricians that are perhaps looking for a little bit more work if they're charging less in the first instance. So if you've got any questions on what that means, then just drop me a line.